Well, investors who bought lithium stocks at the start of the year could have doubled their money or lost half of it. One of the companies that benefited is Surge Battery Metals. The Vancouver-based company's share price is up over 100% this year as it aims to move its Nevada properties closer to production. Joining us now to discuss the lithium market is Graham Harris, chairman of Surge Battery Metals. You know, Graham, this is a very volatile commodity. What are you telling your investors to reassure them?
Well, thanks, Tara. I mean, it is a volatile commodity, and price-wise, I've been in this space for 8 years. There's been a lot of prognostics about where the price was going to go. What I tell investors is don't worry about 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. This is a 5 and 10-year plan, and we're building our project based on, you know, a 10 to 20 year, 30-year mine life. So it's not the price today that matters. It's the price 10 years and 20 years down the road, and we want to build a project that we can make sure is viable.
You know, to that point, Benchmark Mineral Intelligence forecasts a global supply deficit for lithium by 2025. That's coming up very soon. How is your company positioning itself to really capitalize on what should be a looming shortage?
Well, we're advancing our project as quickly as possible. We're not going to be able to meet that 25 deficit, that's for sure. I mean, I think they've actually moved that out to 2028 now that they're forecasting a supply deficit all the way out for the next 3 or 5 years. We're working very quickly to bring our position, our property online, and we're drilling it currently, and we'll be working on a feasibility study in the next 24 months.
You know, when we look at the competitive landscape for lithium mining and processing, especially in the U.S., given the surge we're seeing in federal financial commitments for alternative energy, you know, how are you viewing that? Is the U.S. a better place to operate?
I think the U.S. is a great jurisdiction. Fortunately for us, we're actually in the best jurisdiction, mining jurisdiction on the planet, and in Nevada. And I think it's important as we go forward. We've sort of seen China take control of most of the major lithium suppliers, and they are the dominant battery manufacturer. And if we don't want them to be what I would say is the OPEC of lithium, and we all know what happened back in the 70s and 80s when we didn't have a domestic supply, I think it's imperative that we develop a North American lithium supply, and we're setting about achieving that goal.
You know, you brought up China. Do you think there's going to be a strong enough plan to break that stronghold? Is there something we can do in North America?
Well, I think we're starting to do that. The Inflation Reduction Act is targeting $6 billion in infrastructure spending for the battery manufacturers and the domestic supply chain. The governor of Nevada, Joe Lombardo, has set forth a 5-year strategic plan to make Nevada the epicenter of lithium mining in North America. So we do have initiatives underway, and now we need to support the domestic supply chain. And to do that, we need to encourage companies like ours to develop the assets in North America.
And what would be the best way to do that? Do you think the government could be doing more to incentivize?
I think the two things I just mentioned is going to provide the incentives that we need. I think regulation-wise, it's you know, maybe fast-tracking some of the permitting processes, making it more streamlined, allowing us to get these assets into production sooner than 5-7 years out. I think that would be beneficial, and I don't control that, but I think streamlining the permitting process would be key.
Okay, switching gears a little bit, your previous company, Millennial Lithium, was acquired by Lithium Americas for $490 million, I believe. Might there be a similar plan for Surge Battery Metals?
Well, the shareholders speak. I mean, it'll be up to them when they want to exit if somebody comes along. But we are developing this asset, Nevada North. It's a great asset. It's got all the signatures of being a world-class lithium deposit, where it's early days. We're just beginning the exploration process. From what we can see so far, it's a very large footprint. It's very similar to Thacker Pass in terms of size and grade, and I think it's going to be a key asset for the North American lithium market. And we hope to hold on to it and grow it and you know, create shareholder wealth, but we can't stop somebody from outside coming along.
Okay, and just quickly, big picture, given the proximity and I guess similarity of other projects to yours, how does Surge Battery view the potential for M&A or strategic partnerships within the region as well?
Well, I think we're going to see a little more. Like I say, they want to make Nevada the epicenter of lithium mining and processing and battery manufacturing. I think you will see some M&A activity. We've had a company come in and take 10% of us, American Lithium, make a strategic investment. I see some synergies possibly down the road with other companies in the area, so I wouldn't rule it out.
All right. You know, one more quick question here. Just given the nickel project near FPX Dakar project, you know, given the offtake agreement, what are your plans for leveraging that asset?
At this point in time, we are 100% committed to advancing the Nevada North Lithium Project. We've had our hands full with that. We haven't had a chance to really review the nickel asset at this time, but we'll probably engage with an independent study and determine the best way to move that forward.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. That was Graham Harris, chairman of Surge Battery Metals. All right, well, that does it for another edition of Commodities. You can email us at commodities@BNN Bloomberg or follow me on social media at Tara N. Weber.